We are excited. We are live. What's up, y'all? Make sure you drop into the comments. Let us know where you're coming in from. This is going to be jam-packed, fire. You're going to get some knowledge bombs from three of the best leaders in the world: Brynn Lang, Marina Simone, Rob Sperry. I'm so excited to have this conversation because how many of us are wanting our teams and maybe even ourselves to be more focused, more engaged going into the new year? And I think a lot of us can appreciate that during this time of year, there's a lot of people that are setting New Year's resolutions. People want to make more money. They want to get in shape. We can help people with some of these things, can we not? So I'm really excited to have this conversation because we want to help you maybe launch, relaunch, get the engagement from your team. Because how many of us have experienced this lull in our business? On a serious note, how many of us have maybe struggled a little bit because of COVID, being at home? Maybe you're feeling a little lonely. You're feeling less enthusiastic about your business. You're less excited. You're not showing up with that level of enthusiasm. And maybe same thing with your teammates. Maybe your confidence and belief isn't where it once was. So we're going to help you with that. In fact, these are three of my favorite people on the planet, very good friends, but also they're going to get into your head and they're going to help your teammates. So I would recommend you tag your teammates in this conversation so they can hear from three of the best top earners on the planet. But what I love about all three of them is they're very down to earth. They've built businesses over the years. They've had a lot of success with coaching and mentoring others in every company. It doesn't matter if you're selling lotions, potions, pills, water filters, skincare, hair care, cleaning products, knives, bowls, beads, pots, pans, jewelry, legal service, travel service. It doesn't matter. Clothing, anything. And I know you're like, how did he say that so quickly? I have said that a couple times.
Sometimes I feel like you're like the micro machine man when you
Yes.
start talking, John. I'm like,
yeah. It's totally the micro machine man. Some of us probably remember that. Some of us are like, micro machines, what are those? Google it. That's me. But I'm excited. We're going to start off with Brynn Lang, and then I'm going to have Rob Sperry, Marina Simone. I'm telling you, you all are going to want to tag all the peoples. Share this everywhere because this is really going to help you get laser freaking focused. So Brynn Lang, what's up? And for those of you that don't know Brynn, you're about to get what we call #Langbang. Now, it's inappropriate and perfectly appropriate if you know what I mean. She is one of the best when it comes to mindset, philosophy, just really helping you get into the right state of mind, because the stuff that myself, Rob, and Marina are going to talk about, none of that's going to be relevant if you and your teammates can't get this in between your ears focused and really eliminating that stinking thinking. So Brynn Lang, again, y'all, just so you know, she's hilarious. She's wicked smart, built a multi-million-dollar business, but again, has mentored and coached others to have success in their businesses. So it's going to be really great. Brynn, what's up? Excited to have you.
Hey guys, what's up? I want to get some whoop whoops. I'm kind of a whoop whooper. So if you want to drop some whoop whoops in the comment box, it always gets me really excited. By the way, I loved that you used my, StreamYard is always like, I don't know which way to point it.
No, it's good. I see it. Yes, I can read it.
We're going to get some Lang Bang action going on up in here today. So I'm really excited to be here. Thank you for having me. And y'all, let's just have, y'all want to have some real talk for a minute? Are y'all good with that? I'm kind of a real talker. 2022 has been a year. You know, let's just say we've had years since 2020. Like John was saying, you know, like the world has pretty much gone to hell in a handbasket. Like, I'm just curious. I want to know how each of you are feeling right now going into 2023. How are you feeling after your year of 2022? Maybe at the end of 2021, you set these amazing goals. You're like, I'm going to crush it. I'm going to get my crap together. I'm going to get more consistent than I've ever been in my life. And then you showed up into 2022 and you feel like the world just smacked the hell out of you, right? Like, let's have some honesty. I went through a little bit of it this year, right? Things went crazy. Inflation went super high. Interest rates, like gas went up, groceries went up. All these things are going on outside of us. And here's a thing that I want to help you understand going into 2023. Okay. There are literally only two things on this planet that you can control. Okay. Can you control the gas prices? Can you control inflation? Can you control groceries being super high? Can you control the entire world freaking out everywhere about the situation that we're in this economy? Can you control any of that? Nope. What can you control? You can control you, your thoughts, your actions, how you choose to move forward. And you can choose how you react to other people's choices, decisions, actions. That's it. Those are the only two things that you can control. So here's where I want to empower you going into 2023. I want to help you make a mindset shift today, because that's what we're going to do today. We're all about #shift_happens right now, okay?
Yes.
What we have coming for you guys in January, which we're really excited to talk about today, is going to be all about making the shift that you need to make going into 2023 to actually create the momentum that you really, truly desire. And since the only thing that you can control is you, I want to open you up to something right now. I want you to write this down, because it's going to help you in every area of your life. It's going to help you in your business. It's going to help you get this where it needs to be whenever you need to shift your focus. Okay. So here's what I want you guys to understand. Okay. And I learned this year, and it has literally changed everything for me. Okay. Our circumstances create our thoughts. Our thoughts then turn into feelings. Those feelings then will dictate our actions, and our actions are going to either net us a result or not. So when we talk about everything that's going on outside of us, maybe you had a really rough year. Maybe you had to step back from your business. Maybe your parents are sick. Maybe you dealt with things with your kids when it comes to school. Shit happens for all of us, okay? None of us get out of this life without hard things happening outside of us. But what we can control is what is happening on the inside of us. So if you're going to look at the circumstances that you're going through right now outside of you, okay, you have to have awareness that those circumstances you cannot control. And once you have that awareness, you can say, okay, I can't control what's going on in the world. I can't control if my parents are sick. I can't control if hard things are happening with my children right now, or maybe my marriage is not doing so well. I cannot control a lot of those things. What I can control is my thoughts coming out of that, because our thoughts become things, right? And so if I can switch my mindset and I could say, okay, I can't control any of this outside of me. What can I control? Where can I take back my power? And I could take back my power with how I view my thoughts. Instead of going straight to, oh my God, everything's so terrible. I hate my life. I'm just gonna crumble. I'm gonna go in my closet with a bottle of wine and just a pint of Ben and Jerry's, and I'm just gonna which, let's all be honest, we've all been there before, right? But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna say, how can I be empowered in this situation? And how can I switch my thoughts to finding a solution on what I can control?
And also, Brynn, can we point out too that a lot of people think there's something wrong with them? They're like, there's something wrong with me. My life, I'm dealing with this and I'm so busy and I got that. I just did a leadership retreat in Destin, Florida, our favorite place. And some of the biggest leaders in the world, out of 20,000 people that have joined our team over the last 7 years, we were with some of the biggest leaders out of those 20,000. And I promise you at least half the room is struggling with these things. And these are big time leaders that have built very large, successful, profitable businesses and have been in business for years and years and years. And even they struggle with all of these things.
Because it doesn't matter. We're human.
Yes.
We are human.
Yes. And in some ways, the leaders struggle more because we start taking on that responsibility. So I love that you're having that conversation. Anyway, just had to say that.
Yeah, no. And so once we can empower ourselves to switch our thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Those thoughts are then going to create new feelings. So instead of the feelings of scarcity, of fear, of oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Oh, I'm going to go into freeze mode, which is the action that you take when you start to get into scarcity and fear, right? You can say, okay, once again, I don't have control over this, but I do have control over me. I'm going to get solutions focused with my thoughts. I'm going to switch my thoughts to move in a more positive direction. Guess what starts to happen? Your feelings start to switch more to an abundance type of feelings. You start going into or going away from fear and more into, you know what? I can't control this, but I can control me. Which, guess what? You stop being in freeze mode. And when you stop being in freeze mode, you're going to start taking more action. You're going to start getting more consistent, right? Which is then going to net you the result that you really want. Because let's be 100. The reason you are not where you are, right, like where you want to be yet, is because you haven't shown up long enough or consistent enough to get there. All four of us believe that anyone can be successful in this industry, right? I didn't have any influence when I started. I was the most skeptical person alive. I sucked balls, okay? I just showed up more and was more consistent than anybody else, building that influence, building that trust with my network, right? And doing the things that I was learning over and over again, falling flat on my face and getting back up over and over again, having a ton of shit happen on like the outside of me that I couldn't control, and still just saying, you know what? I can't control that, but I can control this. So moving into 2023, I want you to write that down. My circumstances are going to turn into thoughts that are then going to create feelings, which will dictate my actions. And those actions will either net me a result or not. Because once you take this framework and you become empowered with it, you can change anything in your life. And we're going into 2023 with some crazy ass momentum. That's what we're going to help you with.
That's right. That's right. And if you all want to know what she's talking about, we've got a 5-day virtual summit coming up January 16th through the 20th. It's going to be off the hook. Some of the top, most successful leaders on the planet, helping you with all the most important things when it comes to building your business, making that shift happen. If you want the details, just drop the word momentum. If you want momentum for yourself, for your teammates, it's free $99. There is an amazing upgrade option, but technically you can plug into this event for free. And again, it doesn't matter what company you're in, what you're promoting. This is going to be an amazing 5-day summit. We're going to blow your freaking minds. And it's going to be myself, Brynn Lang, Marina Simone, Rob Sperry. It's going to be amazing. So a couple things. Number one, I love what you talked about, flipping the switch from scarcity to abundance, making that decision to hold yourself accountable. In fact, part of the reason we're doing this summit is to help you with accountability, to help you get laser freaking focused, and also eventually creating the disciplines to be successful. Because if you're not disciplined and you only work when you feel like it, you're probably going to ride the struggle bus for a lot longer than someone like Brynn Lang, that even though sometimes she doesn't feel like doing something, she does it anyway, because she knows it's not about her. It's about impact. It's about helping others. And it's why, I still show up. Rob, Marina, this is why we still do what we do every single day, because we're just a little bit obsessed.
Just a little bit.
It takes time to build up that obsession and the confidence. And, I talked about this yesterday. It's not about confidence. It's about courage. Write this down. The Brene Brown quote. It's my favorite. Choose courage over comfort, because success lives outside your comfort zone. Brynn, I love it. Any other thoughts for people that are like, hey, I want to build up that belief. I want to build up the momentum in the new year.
Yeah. Embrace the suck, man. Embrace the freaking suck.
Yes.
So many of us have expectations that things are going to be easy, or it's going to stay exciting forever, or, people are just going to fall at my feet and buy my stuff or join my team, right? But it doesn't work like that. Yeah. If you set yourself up in a way of expecting it to be hard, expecting yourself to have to go through a lot of things and a lot of failure to get where you want to go, it makes it so much easier when you fall flat on your face and things don't go the way you want them to. And let's just be honest, failure is one of the best things that you can focus on. And I'll say one last thing before I give it back to you. This is a reflective time of year, right? How many of you get reflective around this time of year? Everybody. Do you know what successful people do? They're not just I can't talk today. They're not just reflect once a year. They reflect monthly. They reflect weekly. They reflect daily. Are you sitting down at the end of every day and asking yourself, what worked today? What didn't? How can I improve tomorrow? And then actively tweaking every single day. You want to grow faster? You want to get where you want to be faster than anybody else? You have to be reflective every single day.
I love that so much. Yeah, failure is definitely the best teacher. Y'all, you just got Lang Banged. Drop hashtag Lang Bang in the comments. Hope you got a ton of value from that conversation. We're going to bring, everybody needs that cup, by the way. Make sure you drop the word momentum if you want the details for the 5-day summit coming up next month. Get registered and share this with your teammates as well, because we're going to help all of them get into momentum. Thank you, Brynn Lang. You are the bomb.com. Appreciate you so much. All right, next up, we've got Mr. Rob L. Sperry. If we could bring him on the screen. Rob is one of my favorite people in the world. You know, we've been in events together. We've networked for years. You know, he's a trainer, he's a coach. And like I said, he is out there coaching others that are in all various companies. In fact, he retired from the network marketing profession to pursue his passion of coaching leaders. And he's got one of the best online communities for leaders. He does these masterminds all over the world. We went to Dubai because of him. We're going to Bora Bora in February because of him. And it's just amazing what he's been able to accomplish and create and help others accomplish and create in their businesses. So Rob, how's it going, brother?
Hey, thanks for having me on. I'm just listening, like, man, if you could get the daily dose, right? Yeah. Of hearing these two legends, how much it helps. But one of the things you said there at the end, parlaying from the mindset, because I agree, without mindset, we eat skills and systems for breakfast. If you don't have the right mindset, nothing else matters, right? Because you're not even going to get started. That's the seed. That's the root. Mm-hmm. And so I look at that, and then I love how you mentioned the word discipline, because I think a lot of times people are like, what's wrong with me? I don't feel motivated. You're not going to feel motivated every single time, every single second. That's impossible, right? It's not, I mean, I can still remember, many times I'm doing, reaching out to new prospects, and it was still scary and it was hard. It's not like it was like, I'm so excited. And then I got rejected and a friend said, you're doing one of those things. It's not like I walked away on fire. That was amazing. I'm so glad my friend made fun of me. I'm so excited. I'm motivated. This is awesome. So I like how you mentioned the word discipline, because when I look at that, one of the things, I teach and one of the favorite presentations I do, it's like an hour and a half. And so I'm going to give you go through the whole thing and miss it actually and skip to, I think, the most important, in my mind, part, even though they all have to go together. There are going to be times like the holidays, and maybe you don't really do anything on Christmas Day, right? You should enjoy your family and friends. But this is one thing that changed everything for me, is master the minimum non-negotiable disciplines. Now, people misinterpret this. You got the sprints and the blitzes, right? We're going to give you that January 16th. And what's crazy is the biggest fear is when you do something for free, people don't realize the value of it. You guys don't understand the value, the amount of time you already put in for preparing this to help you out. Those are sprints. Those are blitzes. Those are momentum times. Those are important. And then your standard, those are the goals you usually just create. I want to make, 20 new contacts every week or 3 every day. Incredible. You need to do both of those. But the minimums people misinterpret or don't do. What are you willing to do when you don't feel like it? What are you willing to do on your worst day? What are you willing to do, right? When you got the man cold? If anybody's ever had the man cold, that's the worst thing there is, right? I mean, you're out for a week, right? Bro, right? If you get the man cold, you're out. But what are you willing to do when you got the man cold? And so I look at that. Yeah. For me, personal development, I go on blitzes, all out crazy, right? Maybe it's like I'm driving to a kid's tennis tournament a couple hours away, or I just need it. And my standard is I want to do an hour every day. But my minimum is I'm going to just do it. New contacts, maybe you go on a blitz and you do 100 in a week. Maybe your standard is 20 new invites. But your minimum, maybe that's not a daily goal. Some are weekly, some are daily. You have to decide for all goals, including minimums. And so maybe your minimum goal is no matter what, my worst week ever, I'm going to make 2 new invites. Those are just examples.
Yeah.
But think about this. What happens is, John reaches out to you and how's it going? You know what? Didn't have my best week. Well, how's your win streak going? I've gone 30 straight weeks, 30, where no matter what, I reach out to 2 new people. Sometimes you sprint, sometimes you jog,
right?
Sometimes you walk and sometimes you crawl. But if you're crawling, you're at least making progress. And as you start to create win streaks, now all of a sudden you change your entire identity. Where now, right, you haven't missed. And so now it becomes a habit. Show me your habits and I will show you your future. And so you just set yourself up where you can't fail. You set yourself up no matter what, you're progressing forward. And I'm just telling you, as simple as that is, if you can start to create at least a couple win streaks, I haven't, and I'll give you mine real quick. And then after I'm turning the time over to John, in the last 15 years now, I haven't missed one day of personal development. I've only missed one day, and it was about 12 years ago, of some sort of spiritual reading. Like I just fell asleep and didn't do it. I'm still mad about it, by the way. I haven't missed an entire week of going to the gym, no matter what. Like I've worked out, no matter where I'm traveling, what I'm doing, I find a way. Now, it may be a week sauce workout. It may be where I only worked out one day that week. That's my minimum. My standard is I want to work out 5 days a week for an hour. And I got my blitz times as well. So those are all important, but I want to go just to the very minimum because these are like the little easy wins that build your self-esteem, your confidence, they change your identity. And all of a sudden, this is one of the ways you get motivated and you get in momentum as you build during the non-motivated times as you go. So, I mean, that for me, it's super simple, but it's just made a tremendous difference in my life and with many others that I've been able to work with. Easy to do, easy not to do, right? And so I challenge everyone to create it. Start out with just 1 or 2 minimums. That's it.
I love that so much. I was talking about that yesterday. You know, it's easy to do, but it's easier not to reach out to 5 people a day. And even like the working out thing, right? It's these little daily choices, these opportunities where it's like, yeah, I'm traveling. So because you and I both travel a lot, right? I can't work out, can't get to the gym, but it's like, just drop down and do 50 push-ups. Yeah. And here's what happens. It's called the law of inertia. A body at rest tends to stay at rest. A body in motion tends to stay in motion. So sometimes we think, well, I got to be motivated to reach out. I got to be motivated. I got to be fired up like John. No, you do the action, you take action, and the motivation appears. So sometimes I'm like, I don't feel like working out. Maybe I got a man cold. I don't feel like working out. I'm just going to go do curls for 5 minutes. All of a sudden, 55 minutes later, or I'm going to go for a walk down the driveway. All of a sudden, I'm walking around the block, right? You take those small steps, and what typically happens is you end up taking a lot more steps because you go, yeah, I'm just going to do it for 5 minutes. I'm just going to do some reach outs for 5 minutes. And, you know, I was talking to, this was in the Destin retreat, you know, one of the leaders was like, I don't even feel like I know what to do every day. Now, guys, again, this is a leader. So how many of us can relate to this? Smash the heart button. You're like, yeah, I say that. Guess what? Even top dog leaders sometimes are like, what should I focus on right now? And, you know, it came down to she's not really prospecting. She's not really doing her reach outs like you talked about, Rob. And I was like, listen, you know, reach out to 20 people a day, 10 people a day, 5 people a day, just reaching out every day to fresh, brand new people that you have not talked to about your product or opportunity. And she says, well, should I lead with my product or lead with my opportunity? I go, easy answer. 10 product, 10 business. That's 20 a day. You do that for a month, you're going to have a whole lot of clarity. You're going to have a whole lot of momentum. Do it for 21 days. You're challenged with reels, do 3 reels a day for 21 days. You're challenged with live videos, do 21 days of live videos, whatever it is. But, you know, kind of back to the working out thing. I remember I used to say, I hate working out. I hate working out. Now it's like, I get to work out. Number 1, mindset shift. Number 2, when I started committing to just working out for 30 minutes a day, it started becoming 90 minutes a day. And now I feel weird because it's a part of my routine. You got to become a routine machine. Write that down. Now I feel weird if I don't work out. Where before I despised it. Now I feel weird if I don't. And here's the best part. If you want to have more confidence and belief or more energy and enthusiasm towards doing something, build up some confidence and belief through the activity because you start getting results, which motivates you to take more action. And then in turn, you actually like, this is just an example. This is just an example, but it's a good analogy for your business. You look good when you take your shirt off. You look in the mirror, you're like, damn, I'm looking good. Look at that six pack.
Nadia may disagree, but you're like, I don't know what you're
everyone else might disagree, but I'm like, damn, look at that definition. But this is the same thing in your business. You start to see some results. So Rob, I freaking love that conversation. What else? What else can we talk about? What other juicy goods can you give people that want to create that big mo in their business?
Yeah. Successful people just do the basics better. And this is what you were just talking about. You had at your retreat. We talked about at my retreat. And it's always, everyone always wants the secret sauce. And we have very advanced stuff we're going to give you. But one of the things we're going to give you during the momentum is we're going to start out with a foundation. And as we build on the foundation, start with the foundation and the basics of the things you have to do, then we'll build upon the more advanced strategies. But too many people skip the foundation and they go to the advanced strategies, just like you said right there, as far as reaching out to new people. So I found the top 2 reasons why people aren't having success. They're so stupid simple, you're not going to believe it. They aren't reaching out to enough new people, and they aren't doing enough third-party validations. Almost always, it's one or the other or both. And if you're just doing that, as stupid simple as that sounds, think about this. Now, part of the reason why we do these trainings is to help cast the vision and give you a little more confidence on how to do it, right? The logistics, we'll give you all the how during that week. But think about this. If you literally work 20 hours a week and you only spent 30 minutes on training, this is coming from a trainer, and you spent 19 and a half hours on making new invites and doing third-party validations, you get better at inviting, communication, following up, at closing, handling objections, presenting. The law of averages says eventually what would happen is you break rank, and all of a sudden your confidence is higher and you take the exact same amount of action and you find your results are even a little bit better now because you got a little more cred, right? And also a little more confidence. Yeah. And so you see how it just keeps happening. And that's why we go back to show me your habits, I'll show you your future. There was a guy that said he just could not floss his teeth for 10 years, just couldn't figure out a way. And eventually created the goal. His goal was to floss 1 tooth every day. Well, who's going to floss just 1 tooth? He was tricking himself and he knew it. Yeah. And now he doesn't miss. But he started with making it so stupid simple, right? You clean and messy office, and the office is so crazy messy, you don't even know where to start. And so I come back to that of really getting back to the basics of spending 80% of your time talking to brand new people. Get out of freaking management mode. If your people aren't putting you in front of people, I mean, with all of you and your Facebook groups and systems and Zooms and trainings and past trainings and live trainings and all that stuff, there's enough content to plug them into. That doesn't take very long to tag and show them where and have them search it up and all that stuff, right? But it makes us feel good because we're busy, right? Instead, you got to get out of management mode and say, you know what? I'm going to spend 80% of my time talking to brand new people. My team isn't putting in front of new people. Love them where they're at. Try to do a better job to help them to do more. But you're going to go lead by example, and you're going to go talk to more new people.
I don't know about how many of you thought to yourself, I need to do it with my kids, because getting them to floss, I mean, brushing now, finally, you know, my kids are 14 and 18, like they definitely brush twice a day, but the flossing thing, yeah, I mean, I love that. Just floss 1 tooth. So smart. And it really is just, mastering the mundane. That's what this business is all about. And if your business is growing, it's probably because you have new people getting started. You have new customers that are acquired. You probably have momentum in one team or multiple lines of your business. And if you don't, look in the mirror, right? It's your fault if your business is growing. It's your fault if it ain't growing. So I love that. And I think that the 5 days are gonna be so good. And, one thing I just want to touch on before I turn it over to Marina is the overwhelm. Right. I think some of us, we get so caught up in all the tools, the systems, the trainings, like, at GoPro, they had some amazing, system trainings, but it was a lot. And I was sitting there and I had this just allergic reaction, because not really, but like in my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I feel overwhelmed by this content. And I've been doing this 21 years and we have a lot of these online systems, and it's too much. Sometimes we need to, Nadia talks about this a lot, sometimes we need to delete a lot. Instead of adding on more complexity, we need to delete stuff, because if the newest person, let me say this, if a leader is overwhelmed with all the videos, the boards, the tools, the systems, the groups, the scripts, all the promos, what do you think the new person is thinking? So this is why it has to be about the basics. And by the way, this takes some time to figure out what are those most important steps to success, which is why you should drop the word momentum in the comments so we can get you the link for the 5.
Leonardo da Vinci says simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. And Napoleon Hill talked about the number 1 cause of failure is indecision. But I want everyone to hear from Marina, so I'm not going into either of those. You guys can stew on that.
No, that's so good. That's so good. It's true. And that's actually your biggest competition. It's not other companies. It's indecision. People just can't decide what to do, so they do nothing. Confused people do nothing. So Rob, I appreciate you. I'm so excited to do this summit. We're going to crush it. It's going to be so much fun.
We are. Thanks.
Absolutely. Marina Simone, Moms in Heels. Woo! Woo! Y'all, if you know Marina, you love Marina, make sure you smash the heart button. If you really know and love her, drop some heels in the comments, because she helps moms in heels build the businesses, build the brands. She's a freaking genius marketer. Y'all, do we have like the best lineup? I mean, freaking Rob Sperry, Brynn Lang, and now we got Marina Simone in the house. So excited. And by the way, I should mention, we're going to have some other special guests inside the Facebook group. Does anyone know Fraser Brooks? Does anyone know Justin Prince? Does anyone know Nadia Melton?
I'm excited for her.
We're going to have some legends up in there. So Marina, you are one of the best, one of the most genius marketers. I always ask you, like, how do you do it all? Like, it amazes me how you coach and mentor so many people in so many different companies. You're building your own business. You're a mom, wife, all the things. You got so much going on. We just got started in a mastermind together, a 6 to 7 figure mastermind. So it's going to be a crazy good, amazing year. But I appreciate you so much and really excited for you to drop some fire on everybody.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to lang bang you because you already got that happened. I just need more coffee. Any moms can relate? The holidays. I just...
So excited.
It's amazing. You know, I've literally had to be very intentional in December, like super intentional to make sure like I don't lose sight of what my vision is for 2023 and also create those habits and getting started now. And so Brynn and I, you know, we literally were like, okay, how do we get our teams to feel the same fire that we do for 2023? And I think a lot of you are probably feeling the same way. Like, what's great? I figured this out for myself, but now what's the next step for my team? So if you guys have teams, one person under you or more, drop team in the comments, because this part is really going to be for you. You know, and for those of you that plan on having a team, this is going to be for you, because you're going to have these moments where your people, you know, suck. They don't suck. They're just not inspired, FYI. Like, let's just be clear. They're just not inspired to take action. And so Brynn and I were like, how can we, in this month, come to our teams with a Zoom and be 100% authentic, be raw, be real, and then share what our vision is and what we're personally going to be doing, and then invite whoever wants to come along with us. And so we're not telling our team, hey, you need to go do this in order to get better results. Hey, you should be doing this. We're like, hey, we want to create new lines of business in our organizations. We have big goals, and here's what we're doing. Do you want to come with us? And so we did this team Zoom together, and we're like, hey, you know, here's what our plans are. Here's why we're excited. Not hypey, because we're not about the hype. Like, I just feel like it's a bunch of BS, but literally like, hey, where's your belief at right now with your products, with your company, with the profession, right? And with yourself. And how can we help you get to a higher level in those areas so we can help you slay 2023? So like, we had conversations now with the people that said they were all in. Like, you're all in. Okay, now let's talk about what needs to shift.
And what were a lot of their responses, by the way?
A lot of them
like, oh yeah, I feel like, super confident.
I don't know what I should be doing every day. I don't know if I'm doing enough. I don't know if I'm, you know, saying the wrong things. I don't know. Just kept coming out of their mouths because they're not confident in anything that they're doing. You and I know every single day I wake up, I feel confident in reaching out to people, asking if they're open to taking a look, making sure that they've used the products if they've ordered, making sure that they've got their business launched. Like, I don't feel weird reaching out to people. I'm excited to reach out to people. And so that's the part that's missing for so many, is they don't have that rock hard belief in what they're doing.
Can I ask you also, Marina, how long do you think it took you to feel that way, to feel good and confident?
7 years.
Yep.
Yeah, 7 years. Oh God, that's so crazy to say, because it's like I was a 6-figure earner year 3 into network marketing, but I wasn't confident. What does that tell you? It doesn't mean that you're not going to make money along the way. You just have to be willing to be uncomfortable, willing to not feel all the feels. You can't emotionally make decisions in your business. And so some of you are doing that with your teams, where you're, 1, assuming, and 2, you're not having conversations. Like, you're not going and asking your team how they feel, what they want, and where they want to go, and if they want to come with you. Because you're like, oh, well, they did so good in 2020 on TikTok. They know what to do. No, they freaking don't. They went viral and they think that's how they're going to make money in network marketing. And 2021 Reels, they went viral, so they think that's all that this is. And that's not any of it. Like what got me to where I am is not going viral. In fact, I hate going viral. It's exhausting and it attracts the wrong people. So I don't want to go viral. Right. So it's really just about, it's not quality, it's not quantity, it's quality. We know that in our business, right? Like in my last business, what did I have? Freaking, I don't even know. I think it was like 40,000 people on my team doing less volume than I'm doing now. And I literally have less than a third of that now. And why? Because it's the quality of conversations I'm having. It's the quality of time that I put in. It's the quality of efforts that we as a team work together and do. So ask yourself, like, what are the things as leaders are you saying and doing to maybe, what's the word? They're not uninspire. So uninspiring your team. You might be uninspiring your team, and that's why they're not doing anything. So
they feel like they're letting you down.
Right, though they do, or you're too busy for them. I get that all the time. I feel like you're too busy. Oh, I didn't enroll with you because I thought you'd be too busy. Oh, I don't reach out because I think you're too busy. I'm not too busy. I chose this profession because I love it. And I'll be busy all day, every day doing what I love, right? So,
I always say, like, I'm either busy helping you grow your business or I'm busy helping someone else that had the nerve to reach out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We wouldn't have a whole lot to do all day if everybody thought we were too busy.
I know, right? It's
kind
so
of a funny way to look at it.
Like in the morning, like when I wake up and I have less than 100 messages, I'm like, oh, somebody's uninspired. Yeah. Like I need to go and inspire the crap out of somebody today on my team and ask them what's up, because
some people just need to be heard.
That's it. And they don't. And listen, I was the type where I was an introvert. I didn't freaking reach out to my leader and say, hey, John, I'm super excited to make 7 figures and I just want to change the world. No, it felt weird saying that out loud, let alone to my upline or to somebody in my organization. Like, so it's like, we've got to help these people unbelieve the crap that they've been like planted since the day they were born, but more in society and with work and all the stuff. Like, we've got to help these people. We got to help them.
Well, the one thing I love about you, Marina, is you keep it real. And I think that's why people love you, because you know what? Yeah. It's like a magnet, right? This is attraction marketing 101, right?
Yeah.
You're going to attract people like you when you're authentic, but you're also going to repel people that you wouldn't want to work with anyway.
Oh,
and
for sure.
We work so hard in our businesses. We're reading the books. We're doing all the stuff Rob Sperry talked about, right? We're working on our mindset, stuff Brynn talked about. And then we're doing the social media stuff, right? We're out there. Maybe some of you are creating content every day. If you're not, you should. And we'll talk about that in the Momentum, the 5-day summit. But why work so hard to get customers and then you don't follow through with them? Why work so hard to build a team and then you're like, all right, I got them, on to the next one? It's like, yeah, but what about the people you already recruited? What about the customers you already
Here's
required?
A story for you. Ready for this?
Yeah.
Because I was that drive-by enroller when I became 6-figure earner my first year. I was like, more cookies, more people, right? Like all the things, and it was bad. And I lost somebody in my organization because I was that way. I'll never forget this. And I didn't find out until 3 years later. How? I was put in a 3-way chat with a I think he was an 8-figure earner at the time, an 8-figure earner, when they were trying to pitch me on another business opportunity. And I saw the name and I'm like, oh my gosh, I know you. Like, you were in my downline. Like, what happened? He's like, oh, you had no time for me. He's like, you showed me no love. And I was like, wait, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, and it wasn't like in a bad way. He's like, but when I asked questions, like, he's like, you would answer them, but you didn't spend the time with me that I really think I needed. And I was like, oh God, he turned into an 8-figure earner in another company. So stop drive-by enrolling people. stop not spending. And I don't mean like babysit, because I don't babysit.
Right. There's yeah.
But
on
I'm
the flip
very
side,
clear in
you
the
don't want to be
beginning.
like,
I'm like, listen, John, I just want you to know that I'm going to look really, really busy, but I just enrolled you. And here's what I want you to know. I'm never too busy for you, boo.
Yeah.
You let me know what you need. Let's get your business to the top. Like, so now I'm like very specific of enrolling and saying, but hey, I'm going to be enrolling more people. That doesn't mean I'm not here. That doesn't mean I don't love you. That doesn't mean I don't want success for you. Like, we have to have those conversations, because he assumed I didn't have time for him, but I didn't tell him anything different.
Yeah. And then he goes and earns not 6, not 7.
Not
It's like,
7.
dude, you had to go out and earn 8.
You had to earn 8.
8.
And then, yeah.
But also, how awesome is it that people can go out and do that in this profession? And some of y'all got like diamonds.
Yeah.
You have some diamonds in your business. And I always say every dud knows a stud. Every dud knows a stud, but every dud can also become a stud. But it's true. It's you pouring into them. It's you being available for them. So, Marina, any closing thoughts? And by the way, again, if you want to register.
Oh, yeah. I haven't
Drop the
even
word momentum.
My bad, yo. So listen, the summit, I'm so excited. We have so many incredible leaders from other companies that are going to be speaking and sharing how they're creating that momentum as well. So it's not just us 4. Yeah. And the people that we've chosen are those that are actively building their business. They're not sitting on top of a check and just collecting. So it's not like we're bringing you top leaders who've been doing this for 30 years and like they haven't recruited one person from Facebook. Like, we're bringing you people that are actively building and actively in the grind and in the trenches with their teams. And that was really important for us, is because we want you to get different visions and different ways to feel. And you're going to pull away from this with lots of like OMG moments, and you'll have the whole year to plug them in like every 90 days, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be off the hook. And by the way, again, we're going to, after this is over, we'll change the description and it'll be in the title and you just click on it.
I think it's in my cover photo on my personal page too. So like all the links and stuff, like you guys can just, Yeah.
And you can share it with anybody you know in any company. Cause again, generic web.
Totally generic.
Yeah. From different companies. It's going to be so fun, and we're going to help you. And most importantly, the people on your team get laser friggin' focused during that 5 days. We're going to simplify the complicated stuff that you're being taught. And I think it'll just be a lot of fun and super valuable. So Marina, I appreciate you. Brynn Lang, Rob Sperry, so excited about this. It's going to be amazing. And by the way, we've never done this before. We may never do it again. So if you're ever wanting to create momentum and work with the 4 of us, and also I got Nadia Melton, the Russian Hammer, that's going to be also contributing. So it's going to be so rock star solid with the lineup and all the people. It's going to be amazeballs. All right, y'all. We're out of 5,000. Smash the heart button if you loved it. If you really loved it, smash the share button, and we're out of here. See ya.